Hello my friends and welcome back. Thank you very much for being with me again today. An update from Ukraine. Today it's Friday the 14th of March 2025. The Ukrainians ran out of ATACMS. Can you believe that? Well, they will be resupplied in no time. Moscow again under drone attack from Ukraine, while the US envoy Mr. Vitkov visits Moscow. Remember when the Western leaders were visiting Kiev like flies were visiting a poop on the ground? Remember when? I'm not implying Kiev's poop, okay, but just so. Anyway. So remember when that happened and the media here said, oh, the Russians attacked Kiev when these guys are visiting over there, the envoy from, I don't know, Great Britain or something, trying to influence. Well, can we use the same logic here? Well, we'll see. The Russians were under attack again by the Ukrainian drones last night. The Ukrainians claim they destroyed or attacked some refineries, some factories, building S-300, S-400 air defense missiles systems. And the Russians are advancing in Kursk. And the Russians are trying to, they're planning, but they have incursions in Sumy Oblast and in Belgorod with small troops. So the Russians prepare a counter-offensive or an offensive in Belgorod and Sumy. All this according to the Ukrainians, not with the Russians. So let's start with the first article coming from Russia Today. Ukraine out of ATACMS. According to Associated Press, Kiev's stocks of the unit's US-supplied missiles had reportedly been fully exhausted by late January. The Ukrainian military has used up all of the Army tactical missile system ATACMS missiles supplied by the US during the fighting with Russia, Associated Press said, citing an American official. Kiev started using ATACMS missiles, which have a range of 300 kilometers, that's 200 miles, for attacks into internationally recognized Russian territory from the autumn of 2024, in particular targeting the borders regions of Kursk, Bryansk, Belgorod, Rostov. So those are Bryansk, Kursk, Belgorod, and Rostov right here. These are the ones. So basically the ones bordering Ukraine. All right. However, Ukraine's stock of ATACMS had been fully exhausted by late January. The AP reported on Wednesday. Overall, Ukraine received fewer than 40 of the missiles from Washington, according to the US official who spoke on condition of anonymity. All right, well, you're gonna get more, I guarantee you that. Russia Today, 14th of March. Moscow targeted in new Ukrainian drone raid mayor. Kiev's latest attack comes after US envoy's visit to discuss ceasefire talks proposed by Washington. The Ukrainians attacked, according to the Russians, Moscow with about 70 drones. And this guy is over there right now. And again, Moscow is under attack. I wonder why. Well, to show a display of force coming from Ukraine. But when the Russians were doing that to the Western envoys in Kiev, it was okay. No, it wasn't, right? Moscow has repelled another Ukrainian drone attack just days after the Russian capital was targeted in a major multi-wave raid involving over 90 UAVs, 90, not 70, that killed 3 civilians, according to the mayor. The Russian air defense forces have repelled the attack of 4 drones flying towards Moscow. All right, so they got him down, supposedly. This is according to the new voice of Ukraine. 4 drones allegedly shot down over Moscow as explosions rocked Russia's capital. Rock and roll or just rock? Ukrinform, Moscow attacked by drones for second time this week. And it is when you have the US envoy Mr. Vitkov. Ukrinform, Ukrainian drones strike 2 gas compressor stations, missile depot in Russia. Drones of the Security Service of Ukraine have struck 2 gas compressor stations in Tambov region, I will show you where that is, and in Saratov region, as well as a field missile depot for S-300/S-400 air defense systems near the village of Belgorod region in Russia. So first, two gas compressions, one in Tambov region. All right, let's see where Tambov is. Tambov is exactly here in Tambov region. So this is kind of east, northeast. That's one compressor, and the other one, they said it is in Saratov region. Well, Saratov is a little bit further down here by the Volga River, and this is where the Angles, but this is the city of Saratov, right? This is where the Angles 2 air base is, but that was not what they attacked this time. We have the bombers there waiting for let's go. This is not a bomber. I think this, no, this is not a bomber. This is a transport plane, but there are the bombers. You got a right there, a beautiful, not Sukhoi seems to me, maybe MiG. What other options are there? You got a bomber there with tires on top of it, so it gets and then all the, this is probably an exposition here. Where are you? Oh, here it is, a bomber. Here is a bomber. That's a 295, the bear. All right, so Saratov is, the region is far east by Volga River, and here you have, this is where Ukraine is, and this is where Saratov area is. Oh, this is Moscow, just so you know. So if this is the border with Russia, this is Moscow, Saratov is over here. I'm going to show you where Moscow is. Moscow is northeast right here. So Saratov is somewhere back there. And then we got something else, and we have a depot for S-300, S-400 in Ratkovka, Belgorod region. So Ratkovka is exactly here, the little village right there in Belgorod, and I'm going to show you where that is. So take the city of Belgorod as the reference right here, Belgorod. So you go kind of northeast on the other map right here. It's easier to see. This is Belgorod. This is a Belgorod city, so it's right here. This is where they claim they destroyed that S-300, S-400 factory, or whatever they say it was, right there. Next one. Ukrainian Security Services drones hit S-300. We got that with two compressors. And then we got from New Voice of Ukraine the same thing. Ukrainian SBU drones hit Russian gas facilities. And then we jump to the next topic, which is the Tuapse refinery. Russia's Tuapse refinery ablaze after overnight drone attack. So where is Tuapse? Don't worry, I will show you. Tuapse is in Krasnodar. Krasnodar is by the Black Sea. Let me just move it like this. This is Krasnodar. Tuapse is exactly here. See Tuapse? That's where the refinery was attacked. This is by the Black Sea. Crimean Peninsula is right here. All right, next one. According to the Ukrainians, New Voice of Ukraine, Russian advance in Kursk Oblast slows, but possible offensive in Sumy and Chernihiv remain. So where is that located? So they say, well, here in Kursk, the Russians are pushing us out. All right, so they are already, look at that. They liberated Sudza yesterday, and these are pushing them, and they enter more and more into Sumy Oblast. And Chernihiv is northwest of Sumy, right here, Chernihiv. So the Russians are going to start an offensive here in Sumy and possibly in Chernihiv. And they also have a little incursion in Kharkov and right here by Kupiansk, where they will take Kupiansk eventually, right here. So Oskil River is already crossed in multiple locations, including here in the north and here. Not in the south though. If they cross here, they are toast. All right, next one. Russian advance in Kursk Oblast slows. Okay, and this is according to Institute for the Study of War. We don't trust them. Next one. New Voice of Ukraine. Russian forces attempt small unit incursions into Sumy Oblast. So this is where I showed you. Sumy Oblast is where it's across from Kursk Oblast in Russia. So they're trying small incursions right here, plus a possible offensive in Chernihiv. So let's see. Let's see how things will play. What do you think? The Russians will continue doing this. It's like Miyamoto Musashi said in his book, the Book of Five Rings, Gori no Sho, where he says, when you see that enemy starts faltering, and it's a little bit like, oh, what should I do? Should I go? Then you focus all your energy on that particular point, trying to destroy the enemy's spirit. So I don't know if that's the case. The Russians are fighting with this much. I think this is Russia's, compared with the Russian military potential, which let's say it's my entire body. They're fighting in Ukraine with this. Why? You fight with what, 600,000 people, 800,000 people? You can say, well, that's a lot. It is a lot, but if Russia tomorrow orders a general mobilization, it will have 30 million people. Just so you know. So compare that. That's why they call it a special military operation, and they don't call it a war. If it's a war, general mobilizations, and we put everything over there, like Stalin, all right? Or like T-34 coming back on Kursk and destroying the Panzer. All right, thank you very much for being with me again today. Stay strong, stay smart, look for the truth, and be just.